So, question numero uno. How long did it take you to write an entire album worth of songs?
So it probably took us about 9 months to a year to be able to write the album, which is actually a pretty quick turnaround time from the first one, so yeah, we're definitely not moving at that pace at the moment, but that's totally fine.
And whereabouts did you record it? Was that done locally in Wellington?
It was recorded at Massey Studios, well, Massey University, actually, in the big studio there, so it was nice to be able to go into the studio for the day and then hop back into my own bed at night there.
And because we need to get a little bit of insight into what we're going to be listening to very soon, what would you say your favourite personal track is for the whole album? Do you have a favourite?
My personal favourite track on the album has got to be Ritalin. Yeah, it's probably the weirdest track we've ever done, but I love it regardless. I absolutely love the direction in which Greg and Scott has pushed it in, because originally it was like this small little acoustic number, and then over time it's transformed into this beautiful, dreamy, kind of Cocteau Twins meets The Cure meets Mogwai sort of thing. And then Greg and Scott just pushed it to the limit and turned it into this absolutely massive wall of noise, added 100 different drum tracks on it, and it is just this giant, noisy monolith of a track, and I absolutely cannot wait for people to hear it.
My personal favourite song is Pursuit. It's 6 minutes, and the production on it's really dynamic and complements the whole journey and just shifts and changes until at the end it's just reached its peak, and it's phenomenal.
My favourite track on the album was a single we already released. It was We're Here, Love Is Somewhere Else. And I really just enjoy the energy and the drive behind that song. It's like an awesome just burst that comes out of nowhere, and yeah, I love it a lot.
Now, darlings, let's really spill the tea here. Now, we know that your fantastic producer is Greg Haver, a fantastic producer, very talented human. Very lucky to be working with him, of course, but let's be honest here. Did he have to kick anyone's ass into being able to change anything on the day, or was it pretty smooth sailing? And did he change a lot about the songs from what you had originally come in with?
Right off the bat he made it clear that he's not a big fan of bass chords, so every time they appeared on the album we'd all get a grilling and have to retreat back to the room and change the bass line.
Working with Greg was incredible. Greg definitely had to kick my ass on a couple days. But it definitely was the right driving force and the right kind of push I needed, and I think the rest of the lads needed as well, for us to really give it our all and get a great product out.
So, if each individual person in the band were a different animal, from either the zoo or from pets and whatnot, or farms, what would they be?
If I could be any animal, I'd be a lobster, because they live for over 100 years, they're blue-blooded like aristocrats, and they're fertile for a very, very long time.
One super important question that all the children want to know, so please, let's let them know. Did you guys have any, Women's Day worthy axle / kind of fights during any of the recording or studio process?
Did we have any fights in the studio? Not really, but we did play Mortal Kombat.
Voodoo Bloo as a band has had a couple of lineup changes as you've gone along. And so how is Ollie going, jumping right into this whole intense recording situation and stuff? Is everything good? Is he enjoying it? Has it been pretty intense?
Honestly, with the amount of time that we had to prep and teach him these songs, for him to learn the songs and actually get in there and record them in the space of about 2 or 3 months, he was an absolute powerhouse and handled it way better than most other musicians could, so he's an absolute dream to work with.
One of the cute questions that's always cool to ask is, what was one of your very favourite personal moments of the whole recording process?
I'd say my personal favourite moment in the entire recording process would be recording the very last track on the album, Continuous Stimulus. More importantly, the very final moments of that track, just because it's this insanely chaotic and noisy part where I'm just cobbling together these noises, these notes and sounds and noises into this chaotic mess in probably one of the few guitar solos on the album. And it was just so great to be in that big room with all the amps and just go absolutely crazy in those very final moments. It was just an absolute joy. And a very cathartic release from a great recording process.
And my favorite moment was probably recording the synths for a song called For Asterisk, as I'd not heard the drums that Jackson had laid down yet, and honestly, when I heard them for the first time, it sort of blew my mind a little bit. They sound absolutely amazing. I can't wait for people to hear that one.
Thank you so much, Voodoo Blue, for having me and answering all the really difficult and intense questions that I had for you. We can all expect to see some amazing things from this album, so keep an eye on their socials, keep an eye on what they have to say, because they will be telling you where you can hear that stuff with your ear holes. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. I've been Jill from Curly's Jewels, and you've been lovely. See ya!